Hello students, today we are going to start our third chapter, that is poverty as a students. In this chapter, we will study about poverty, that is basic concept of poverty, what is poverty and how poverty line is estimated, and we will discuss about the poverty, that means seen by social scientists and social exclusion. We will study about the causes of poverty and anti-poverty measures taken by government to remove poverty from India. Now we are going to start our chapter. In our introduction part, you see, in our daily life, we came across many people who we think are poor. They could be landless laborers in villages or people living in overcrowded jaggies in cities. They could also be beggars with children in takers. We see poverty all around us. In fact, every fourth person in India is poor. All of you know we are having almost 130 crore population, and out of that 26 crore people in India, they are living below poverty line. This means India has the largest single concentration of the poor in the world. This illustrates the seriousness of the challenge. With the help of two typical stories of poverty, one is urban story and another is rural story, we will study about the economic condition and the problems of people living below poverty line in India. Now, first one is the story of Ramcharan. Ramcharan is 33 years old and works as a daily wager in a wheat flour mill near Ranchi in Jharkhand. He earned about rupees 1500 a month when he finds employment which is not of him. Means Ramcharan is earning rupees 1500 rupees, but his earning is not regular. The money, rupees 1500, is not enough to sustain his family of six. His six family members include his wife and four children, aged between 12 years to 6 months. He has to send money to his old parents, who live in a place near Damgar. His parents totally depend upon the money which is sent by Ramcharan. Ramcharan lives in a one-room rental house which is built of brick and clay tiles in a crowded basti in the outskirts of the city. His wife Santa Devi worked as a part-time maid in a few houses, and she also earned another rupees 800. They manage a meager meal of dal and rice twice a day, but never enough for all of them. His elder son worked as a helper in a tea shop to supplement the family income and earned rupees 300. Means his elder son also earned rupees 300, and you see he is considered as a child labor. His 10 years old daughter take care of the younger sibling. None of the children go to school. They have only 2 pairs of hands-me-down clothes. Shoes are even luxury for them. The children have no healthcare facilities when they are falling ill. Now another one is rural case. It is the story of Lakhasi. Lakhasi belonging to a small place near Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. His family does not own any land, means Lakhasi family is a landless family. So they do odd work for the big farmers. Work is irregular, and so their income is also irregular. And Lakhasi get only rupees 50 per day in spite of his hard work. And sometimes he is getting wages in kinds, in terms of sometimes wheat, in terms of sometimes rice or even vegetable also. The family of 8 cannot always manage square meal a day. Laikha living in a hut on the outskirts of the cities, or outskirts of the village. Laikha is a rural people. The women of the family spend the day cooking, fodder, and clothing and collecting firewood in the fields. His father, a TB patient, passed away 2 years ago due to lack of medication. His mother now suffering from the same disease, that is TB. Although the village has a primary school, Laikha never went there. He had to start earning when he was 10 years old. New clothes happen once in a year. Even soap and oils are luxury for them to see the pathetic condition of the family. After studying this story, we can conclude poverty means landlessness, child labor, hunger, unemployment, poor health, and lack of shelter. Poverty also means illiteracy, lack of clean water, and sanitation facilities. Now we will discuss about the poverty as seen by social scientists. Along with income and consumption, they use some other indicator like illiteracy level and malnutrition. This shows that poverty means hunger and lack of shelter. Poverty also means lack of clean water and sanitation facilities. Now we are going to discuss another concept, that is social exclusion. According to this concept, poverty must be seen in terms of poor having to live in a poor surrounding with other poor people. The poor people excluded from the enjoying social equality of the better of people in better surrounding. Now, the concept, that is vulnerability. Vulnerability describes the greater probability of certain communities or individuals of becoming or remaining poor in coming years. The people from backward class, individuals like widows, physically handicapped, are more vulnerable. They possess greater risks at the time of natural disaster. Means during the time of natural disaster like flood, earthquake, etc., the people, those who are belonging from vulnerable group, they are badly affected. Now, in terms of percentage of population living below poverty line, from this graph you see scheduled tribes, urban casual labor, rural agricultural labor, scheduled caste people, and average population living below poverty line in India. If we compare, you see for 51% scheduled tribes, 50% urban casual laborers, 47% rural agricultural laborers, 43% scheduled caste people, they are living below poverty line, which is much more than the 26% of all India average. Now we are going to discuss another very important point, that is poverty line. A common method used to measure poverty line is based on the income or consumption level. A person is considered poor if his or her income or consumption level falls below a given minimum level necessary to fulfill the basic needs of their life. Means when a people unable to fulfill the basic needs of their life, then he is considered as a below poverty line people. The present formula for food requirement while estimating poverty line is based on desired calorie requirement. The accepted average calorie requirement in India is 2400 calories per person per day in rural areas and 2100 calories per person in urban areas. Since people living in rural area engage themselves in more physical work, that's why calorie requirement in rural area are considered to be higher than urban area. We can also determine poverty line in terms of income. Poverty line varies with time place. From the year 2019, the poverty line for a person was fixed at rupees 673 per month for rural area and rupees 860 for the urban area. Here the amount of money in urban area is more than rural area. Why? Because cost of living of urban area is more than rural area. The poverty line is estimated periodically by conducting sample survey by National Sample Survey Organization. Here, with the help of this diagram, we can determine percentage of population below poverty line. Here you see Orissa, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Tripura, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Their percentage of population below poverty line is more than all India average, and the state like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Kerala, Haryana, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab and Jammu Kashmir. Their percentage of population below poverty line is less than all India average. And Jammu Kashmir, they are having lowest population below poverty line, that is 3.5%, and Orissa they are having highest population below poverty line, that is 47.2%. Global poverty significant. There has been significant decline in global poverty. However, it is marked with greater regional differences. Poverty has declined more in China and Southeast Asian countries. World Bank has defined poverty as the people earning less than $1.25 per day. Means, according to World Bank, if a person is unable to earn $1.25 per day, then he is considered as a below poverty line people. The Millennium Development Goal of the United Nations calls for reducing the proportion of people below poverty line to half the 1990 level by 2050. Here you see some data are given regarding the percentage of population below poverty line of some selected countries: Nigeria, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, China, Indonesia and Sri Lanka. So these are the data you see. Now we are going to discuss the causes of poverty in India. There are number of causes for the widespread poverty in India. One historical reason is the low level of economic development under British colonial administration. During the time of British government, they did nothing for the development of Indian agriculture. That's why many people they are living below poverty line in India. The failure at both from promotion of economic growth and population control continued the cycle of poverty in India. There are some other reasons of poverty in India. These are rapid growth of population. Rapid growth of population, particularly among the poor, is considered a major cause of Indian poverty. Our agriculture sector has failed to generate much employment opportunities for the farm laborers. Similarly, our industries could not provide much job for the job seekers. That means from both point of view, agricultural sector as an industrial sector, they are unable to create sufficient number of employment opportunities. So due to unemployment, more number of population they are living below poverty line in India. One of the major causes of poverty in India is the unequal distribution of land and other resources. Though various land reform measures introduced after independence, it could not improve the life of millions of rural poor people because of the poor implementation of the land reform measures. Next one is social factor. This is also another very important factor of poverty in India. People in India, including the very poor, spend a lot of money on social occasions like marriage, festival, etc. Poor people hardly have any savings, they are thus forced to borrow and ultimately they become victims of indebtedness. Joint family system is also another cause of poverty in India, because joint family system has prevented people from doing hard work. Shortly we can say the causes of poverty like this: illiteracy, unemployment, poor health, child labor, poor sanitation facilities, helplessness, landlessness, huge income inequalities, socio-cultural factor and economic factor. So these are the factors why more number of people living below poverty line in India. Now we are going to discuss about the anti-poverty measures by the Indian government. The current anti-poverty strategies of the government is based on two planks. One is promotion of economic growth, another is targeted anti-poverty programs. First one is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. Under this scheme, government give guarantee they will provide minimum 100 days working opportunities to the adult members who are willing to work and able to work. If they are unable to provide 100 days working opportunities, then they will get unemployment allowance. So this is one of the very important anti-poverty scheme. Next one is National Food Forward Program, NFWP, which was launched in 2004, and it is started in 150 of the most backward districts of India, with the objectives of generating supplementary wage employment. That means the main objectives of this Food Forward Program was generating supplementary wage employment. Next one is Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. The aim of PMRY is to create self-employment opportunity for the educated unemployed youth in rural areas and small towns. By starting a target to establish 7 lakhs micro-venture by the jobless educated youth. Next one is Rural Employment Generation Program. It was launched in 1995. The aim of the program is to create self-employment opportunities in rural areas and small towns. A target for creating 25 lakhs new jobs has been set up for the program under the 10-5 program. Another one is Swarnajanti Gram Swaraj Yojana. Under this scheme, government encourages the unemployed people to create self-help group. Nowadays, self-help group is a very popular concept, and with the help of self-help group, government try to create self-employment opportunities. Next one is Prime Minister Gramoddaya Yojana. PMGY was launched in 2000-2001 in all states and union territories in order to achieve certain objectives like primary health, primary education, rural shelter, rural drinking water, and nutrition. Though various plan and programs initiated by government to remove poverty, but nowadays also poverty remains as a challenge in front of India. Challenge that still remain: providing healthcare, education, and job security for all, and achieving gender equality and dignity for the poor is also challenge in front of us. So we can say this will be a very bigger task for all of us. But despite the progress, poverty reduction remains India's most compelling challenge. While disparities in poverty are visible between rural and urban area among different states, certain social and economic groups are more vulnerable to poverty. Poverty reduction is expected to make better progress in the next 5-year plan. Next 10 to 15 years. This would be possible mainly due to higher economic growth, increasing stress on universal free elementary education, declining population growth, increasing empowerment of the women and economically weaker section of the society. This picture also, you see, this picture also indicate why nowadays also poverty remain as a challenge in front of India. At last, with the help of a quotation of Nelson Mandela, I like to conclude my class. You see, poverty is not an accident like slavery and apartheid. It is man-made and can be removed by the action of human beings. Means we can remove poverty from our country only with the action of human beings. So I request all of you to try your level best to remove poverty from India. Thank you.